What's up, YouTubers and Joe fans? Welcome back. Today I wanted to make a brief video showing this particular line some love. Being a lifelong G.I. Joe fan, this line has been continually overlooked. Now, it's not perfect and not without its issues, but it also has enough fantastic offerings to bring to light. Continued effort to keep G.I. Joe fresh and grab the attention of new Joe fans, in 2004, Hasbro released the Valor vs. Venom series, launching a brand new CGI animated movie. Now, the prevailing plot of this new movie is that Cobra has taken the DNA from different dangerous animals and combined these with humans, thus making hybrid warriors with dangerously superior fighting skills, and only allegiant to Cobra.
Paramount Home Entertainment presents the world's most ferocious animals combined with humans to create the most dangerous force ever.
This is the Viper Pit, General. Commence the demonstration.
When these Venom troopers strike,
Cobra can create an unstoppable army anywhere we choose.
the only hope is G.I. Joe.
Duke, bogey at 10 o'clock. It's Wild Weasel.
This time, nothing can save you.
Valor
There's gotta be hundreds of those things out there!
versus
We're going in!
Venom.
Duke, what do we do?
We have to stop Cobra once and for all!
G.I. Joe, Valor versus Venom, the movie. The battle begins this fall, only on DVD and VHS.
Although Joe fans were not happy that Hasbro was moving away from realistic type stories and into the realm of monsters with the introduction of human-animal hybrids, the premise was rather interesting to me. With the previous year's release of the new sculpt era of figures, this way would continue to improve on the new sculpts. Now, being a comic book fan, I personally have no issues with Joe's dealing with Cobra, initiating experimentation on soldiers as a means to an end. They continue to make the story feel like it happened in the current time using current technologies. And it once again just showed how sinister and dangerous Cobra could be. Now, at this particular time, Hasbro was re-releasing 12-inch G.I. Joe characters, getting some Valor vs. Venom G.I. Joe characters in the 12-inch line, some newly released mini-comics, as well as releasing over 50 Joes with some repaints, and more than 50 Cobras also with some repainted figures. Now, the line not only included well-known Joes like Duke, Alpine, Snake Eyes, and Stalker, and of course you can't forget the Cobras like Cobra Commander, Destro, and Baroness. But also some new characters were included, be it Dr. Link Talbot, the Electric Eel, and the Cobra Overlord Venomous Maximus. Now, it's always puzzled me why this line gets little to no attention. They had over 21 fantastic vehicles / playsets, and let's look at a couple of the ones I have in my collection right here. Starting with the amazing Thunderwing Jet based on the F-22 Raptor, it had a control handle that folded down, 10 top-loading missiles, retractable landing gear, open canopy, lights, sounds, and the rear exhaust point doubled as a targeting sensor, which could be switched to bombs or missiles. And the included pilot Slipstream got an all-new mold. And parked underneath the Thunderwing is the Desert Humvee, which I actually did a review on, so feel free to check that out. The Humvee included the Duke figure. This thing had real rubber wheels that rolled, opening doors, hood, and trunk, and interchangeable roof weapons with firing missiles. Now, this Humvee was a repaint of the Jungle Strike Humvee from the previous year. Now, let me take the turntable and turn it a little to the side here, and we're going to concentrate on the Piranha attack boat right here. This came with Shipwreck version 8. An all-new look for Shipwreck in blue camouflage with a boonie hat. This boat was really fantastic. It had twin-firing torpedo launchers, an actual working motor, and of course it floated in the water. And there's actually a knob in the back that actually moved these guns side to side, and the antennas were articulated. This small boat could actually hold up to 4 Joes, one behind each one of the guns, and of course the pilot to operate the boat. Now, right in the center is the single-manned defense mech, and that comes with Leatherneck. And of course this was used to fight off all those mutated Cobras. Right here on the immediate left is the Sting Raider, and this has some pretty neat features like pivoting engines and of course firing missiles and a grab-a-claw. And last but certainly not least is the Night Adder. Now this amazing vehicle had quite a few features, and this one really took me by surprise when I got it in my collection. It's a two-seater. Absolutely great molding on the actual body of this thing. It had 4 firing missiles, and it also had a drop-down handle that made it easier to play with. And it had some light-up features, as well as reciprocating cannons when you pulled the trigger. There's so many hidden gems in this line, I can't believe, once again, this doesn't get a lot of love. Of course, I don't have all the vehicles, and there's some I really would like to get my hands on, like the Jungle Strike Humvee and the Ice Saber. That Battle Hornet looks amazing with the yellow and red. And of course, the Skysweeper Jet would be a neat addition. The other vehicle I got my eye on is the blue version of the Night Adder. But unfortunately, right now the price of that thing is just a little too high for my budget, so I'll be patient and keep an eye on it. Alright, let's move on to the figures next. Now, these aren't all the figures I have in my collection, but I did want to bring some of them out and just show you what the new sculpt will look like and some of the great designs that they actually came up with in 2004. I think we'll take a look at Bomb Strike first. Now, she was released in 2005, and of course, like I said earlier, this line carried over to 2005. She has a really fantastic head sculpt, and you give me a second here, I'll get the camera to focus. Bring her in a little close. There we go. She has G.I. Joe on her t-shirt, nice camouflage pants, and gray gloves. Next, I actually want to grab Dr. Link Talbot, which I mentioned earlier in the video. He has a really interesting backstory, and this is a brand new character to the G.I. Joe line. He's actually a combat veterinarian. I really love what they did with this figure. He has a really unique haircut, which makes him stand out from his other G.I. Joe comrades. Right there. And I'm not sure if you can see on his shirt, it actually says Kung Fu Champion. Not sure if that's coming through on camera or not, but a really amazing looking figure, and I really like how they actually included a veterinarian. Of course, with the premise being animals combined with humans, they need a veterinarian on the team, I guess, right? Next, we'll look at one of my other favorite Joes, and it's Crosshairs right here. Now, he comes with removable upper body armor or vest. The belt is removable, and of course his hat is removable. You take his hat off so you can see the fantastic looking head sculpt for the time period. Now, I'm not getting too in depth with all these figures, and I really like to do a review on this whole line individually at some point. There's so many characters to go over here. Alright, next we'll take a look at Wild Bill. Now, this isn't the Wild Bill you're used to. Hasbro gave him an all-new look. He's got these big yellow leather gloves. He comes with 2 silver revolvers, which are removable. Which is kind of fantastic. These just holster in both sides. Of course, he has a removable hat. And if you notice, he's not wearing any of those bright, shiny sunglasses, so you can actually see his face. Let's see if I can't get him back on his stand and take a look at another figure here. Now, the next figure I'm going to grab, and this is a shout out to ODC That's Me. This is his favorite figure. It's Dusty. Another really fantastic figure. He has a removable bandolier and a removable helmet. He's got a nice pliable helmet. Pops off real easily, and of course the bandolier pops off the figure too. Now, all these figures do come with weapons, but I didn't bother to bring them on camera. As you can see, there's quite a few fantastic figures just right here on camera. Up here's the electric eel that we talked about. Brand new figure. Here's Neurotoxin, the Sand Scorpion, and here's Venomous Maximus. Of course, Wild Bill falls over on camera. Sorry about that, Wild Bill. Let's get your hat back on and behave yourself, sir. Alright, back to Venomous Maximus. He's the Cobra V-Troop Overlord, and as you can see, really amazing looking detail on this mutated left arm. Really fantastic face here, if I can get the camera to focus. There we go. Really great looking gold on his chest, and again, all new sculpt down his legs. Nice tall figure, and really great addition to the line. And again, I apologize. This new camera, it keeps focusing on its own. Of course, there's the Televiper, and here's Snow Wolf, the Cobra V-Trooper Polar Sentry. Now, there is a actual figure I really want to talk about on the Cobra side. We grab him right here. And if you're an army builder, I'd be remiss if we didn't talk about the actual many versions of the Cobra Bat they released in this line. I'm going to pause the video for a second, move the camera, and we'll talk about these bats next. Alright, I've lowered the camera down, and let's take a look at these bats and all the different variations that they have released in this line. Of course, you have a red with yellow and a yellow with yellow. There's also this bat right here with neon green. And we'll grab this one next. This one has blue and red. Again, really fantastic looking design, and I like how they repainted them so you can use them for different factions if you want to. They also included another version of a bat, and here you go. He's a little shorter, and of course the first thing you notice is he has antennas on the top of his head. They also gave him a different color. I'm going to grab him next. He comes in blue and black with silver. And the last one I have in my collection is this one, black with purple pants. I want to talk about the bats on the left for a second. Now this particular group over here, all you can do is remove the part on their right hand. Now each one of these comes with their own set of weapons, and I'll show you that. It comes with two different versions of a gun, like a flamethrower of some type and a machine gun of some type. Of course, they all come with their own backpack. And you'll see the hooks on the backpack, and that's for these loops to loop on and hang on their back. And here you can see the raised cobra symbol too. Now we'll talk about these bats on the right. Now these particular bats, you can remove both their arms or hands if you will. Bring him in so you can see. Here I'll take both these off so you can get a look at that. Now all these weapons are interchangeable amongst all these bats, which is fantastic, so you can mix it up if you like. Now I know I gave them a little bit more spotlight than the previous figures, but I really want to show you how amazing these bats look. Now I'm sure this is not everybody's taste, but to me, it's a really fantastic group of bats here, and every time I see them on sale, I try to pick a couple up. Alright, now that I have the bats out of the way, I know that this line isn't without some issues. When they first came out, they included a couple of really silly gimmicks, and they were really testing the waters and just seeing what they can do. I think we're going to use Duke as an example because he's the prime suspect right here. Now he's a Series 1 first release figure, and if I turn him to the side, you can see this really large button on his backside. And when you press it in, he swivels back and forth. Yeah, to me that's really kind of silly. I mean, I get it, it's for kids, but thank God they rectified that on the second release of Duke here. And here you can see they fixed his waist. There's no button in the back. And they just went back to the O-ring. Let me see if I can't get him to stand up without a stand here. And we'll talk about some of these other figures. Now, to be fair, all in all, Hasbro didn't do too bad here. I'm always excited to see new characters portrayed in different manners, as long as they carry over some of the familiar traits. Like good old Stalker right here. I can tell that Stalker from my shelf from a mile away. Why? Because they carried over some of the traits, like his green beret. Of course, right here, you can tell that's Snake Eyes. And over here, let me bring him forward. You can't forget good old Alpine. They didn't stray too far from his original design. Now if we just take a quick look at the back row on the far left, you can tell that's a Televiper. Dead center is Hooded Cobra Commander and Destro with the Baroness. So even though they changed the sculpts up and changed the designs a little bit, again they carried over quite a few of the original traits of the original characters. I've been wanting to do a video like this for quite some time and drag Valor vs. Venom back into the spotlight and show us some love. Also, introduce this long forgotten series to those who may have never even heard of them. If you're interested in collecting this line, you can still find them on the aftermarket. You just need to be patient and absolutely shop around because prices go up and down quite frequently. I wouldn't recommend collecting them all unless you're a completist, but it's definitely worth cherry picking from and finding those favorite characters and favorite designs that you might like in your collection. And again, this isn't the entire line right here on camera, just some of the characters that I've collected over the years and really caught my eye. When this line ended in 2005, Hasbro rebranded these new sculpt figures under the DTC or direct-to-consumer banner. But that's a story for another video. Well, this is going to wrap up my review of the Valor vs. Venom line from Hasbro. As always, I'd like to thank you for watching. If you like what you see, join the community. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button for future notifications of upcoming videos and, of course, help a fellow collector out and share your knowledge.
You're all